All right, it is knife time, and it is Fixed Blade Friday, and I promised more K-bars this week, so today we're going to do the Ek Commando knife. All right, so in 1941, John Ek, he wanted to contribute to the war effort, and he started making Ek knives. And he employed disabled Americans, which in 1941, man, that's kind of ahead of its time, you know? He was taking people and that couldn't make a living otherwise and giving them a way to make a living. And they were making badass knives to give to very high-speed individuals. And originally, like, the original knives were basically serialized and tied to the person they were issued to. It was like a thing. And these have been pretty much in every conflict the United States has been involved in since then, 1941. World War II, Korean War, the Nam, and the various sandbox conflicts. In 2015, KBAR Knives acquired Ek Knives, and this is a KBAR Ek Commando dagger. Very well made 100 times better than a regular, I would say, marine style combat utility KBAR. It is full tang, like a true full tang. The handle's really long. I think this thing's like a foot overall. I can't remember, but it is so nimble and good. I refer this knife's nickname is the elevator service because, well, think about it. Elevator up. No, dude, good old made in USA and only New York. This is an EK44, so maybe that, I don't know. I never really looked into the specifics of the KBAR versions of these. I just have one because I always wanted an Ek knife when I was a kid. I'd see them in the back of Guns and Ammo, and they were really cool, man. They'd either have like these bolted on hardwood handles in this style, or then they started making them in the 90s, or maybe it was early 2000s. They released one that was like paracord wrapped. Really cool stuff. Beefy, parkerized, which I believe if something's going to be considered military equipment, it should be parkerized. I like parkerized finished. It's a good finish. Very low glare. Pretty tough. And it looks cool as it wears. It doesn't look like shit like powder coating or Cerakoting or these other synthetic material based coatings. Yeah, see, it's got his little signature on it and the 41 in there and all that. It's a pretty cool knife. It's kind of weird, you know, it's got like a interesting grind. It's got that big flat in the center of the blade, and it just has a little on, you know. And this is a razor blade. It is a razor blade. It is a it'll handle the business. These are a little over $100 nowadays. They make a few different versions. They make a Bowie version, and they make smaller versions. They're about that mini and all that. But this used to be my Jeep knife. When I had my Rubicon, this literally, I kept it down here so I could grab it if I needed it, in case I fucking got into my car with a cheesecake. And I was like, hell yeah, boy, there. And I needed a piece of cheesecake really quick. Well, whoa, caught it. If I needed a piece of cheesecake, well, this was available. Yeah, I definitely like these very much. I can't remember what they call that. Every company has a special name for plastic when it comes to knives, I've noticed. So we don't need to get into that, I guess. Yeah, you could do all the things with this. I like the fact that it does have a metal cross guard, and the metal cross guards on these are I'd say probably over the thickness of a regular KBAR combat utility knife. Way stronger. And you know, it's really important, no slippage forward. I like the length of the handle. If you notice, my large size hand fits up here, and there's still over a couple inches sticking out there, which is cool. It has a lanyard hole, and if you look, it does have a bunch of the tang sticking out, so you could use that. And you know, it's a good force multiplier, period. This knife is a good force multiplier, period. If somebody pulled this knife on me, I'm running, period. I don't want to get stuck by this. You get stuck by this and you're gonna have a very, very, very bad day. Yeah. Period. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's why this is a prime example of why fruit knives ain't shit. And no matter how many times you give a Mexican meter maid $500 to stab a dead pig, go grab your fruit knife. I'll grab this. We could grab trainer versions. We could wrestle, and I'll show you what's up. You know, this will get you. I don't sneak. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a weirdo. I just collect knives. So that's about it. There's not much to go into about this, except for it is fucking badass, and you should get yourself one, definitely. If you're into this type of thing. This thing basically, I mean, you could use it for stuff, knife stuff, but I don't. This is for cake and meat. And yeah, that's it. That's all this is for. Cake and meat. I've been carrying it today. I haven't carried it for a while, and it was kind of nice. Went for a little motorcycle ride. Ran some errands. Feels good on the hip. It has, like, you know how KBAR does. They do these, and you know what, KBAR, man, you need to take a cue from Cold Steel knives. And when Cold Steel makes these type of sheaths, they make this thing to where it bolts on and off. KBAR rivets these on, and normally when I carry this knife, I put a fucking mummer clip on here. Actually, a titanium flamed mummer clip that I move around to different knives I've had for the better part of a decade. Mummer clips are good because they can latch. They're really good. But yeah, and this has this thing that holds in, but I leave this thing snapped and just there because the knife locks pretty good into the sheath, but it doesn't take too much to get it out. And if you look, see that? If it does have anything you need to get out, you just press back on that part of the sheath. And see? Yeah. So there's that. All the things will fit on here. You could lash this to your gear. Be hella cool. All the things, man. If tactical gear is your tickles your fancy, this is probably something that you should have in your collection. Oh, this is Jennifer the Van, by the way. She's an old friend. I'm thinking about redoing her Traveling the Earth like Kane and Kung Fu, but in a four-wheel drive 1978 Chevy van. One of these days. Yeah. But there we go. That's our KBAR. I'm gonna do another KBAR video either tomorrow or the next day, because I have a bunch of KBARs, and I want to kind of get through those as I go through my knife collection here. Because, you know what, I want to say, I'm a dick, but I really appreciate you guys coming through the channel. I think we're at 181 subscribers now, which I never even thought about subscribers when I started doing this almost a year ago. We're coming up on a year for Knife Time at Uncle Junk. And I'm gonna do, when the year point comes around, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I don't know how I'm gonna do the giveaway, but somebody's gonna get a cool knife out of the deal, because I'm just kind of happy. I've been going and doing this for a year, and it gives me something to reflect on, my knife collection, and the interactions with a bunch of good people. Some I already knew, some I've met because of the channel, and it's pretty cool, man. I've met some decent folks, and hell yeah, I appreciate you guys. Okay, it's getting to be the time of day where all the neighbors are going to be getting home, and all their animals are going to be tripping out, so it's going to get pretty loud around here, and I'm going to go take care of my goats anyways. So it's Friday here at Junker Forge. I hope that everybody is doing all right out there. I really do. I really do. So much wildness out there in this world. Love who you love. Don't let them forget it. Remind them often. And love what you love. And do what you want to do. We are on a wild ass trip in this world, so let's enjoy it some. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening and a great weekend, and I'll see you very soon, and I'm out.